stand for the pledge of allegiance, please, followed by an invocation from John Hawkins, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Dear God, we thank you for speaking to us, and thank you for allowing everybody to make it here safely. Pray that you would give us wisdom as we go through today's meeting. We just pray that you would bless all the residents here, and in your name, amen.
Thank you, John.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody. I see.
Can you change it up? It's like the same picture.
What's that?
Can you change it up? It's like the same picture.
No, it's fine. It's perfect.
Belichick? No. Swack?
Here.
Hawkins?
Here.
And the director, Trevor Selma, and treasurer are present. Okay, takes us 2 minutes.
You need to approve the minutes for the March meeting.
I'd like to approve the minutes for the March 10th meeting of 2025 as is.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Before we do the agenda approval, we have a couple of things we need to add to that. Today's agenda was just a letter from the village park meeting that gives us a recommendation for tonight's meeting. So, and the other one is, we have to approve the emergency meeting, rec meeting from the park,
Oh, we have the strawberry festival.
and the strawberry festival. What you stuck there under the business?
Is the park thing the one that we did, did you say?
No,
That's somewhere else.
no,
We're gonna
the
need to
park,
add that.
the park is right number one. It's just.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so we don't really have to.
We didn't
adopt-
have the, we don't have to adopt that one.
We don't have to. Okay, so what President Moore is looking for is a motion on the agenda with amendments to add Strawberry Festival to item 5 under new business. To add emergency meeting minutes to the top here, right under the agenda. And then to add to the DPW
It's just.
the mower.
Yeah, the
Mower,
They-
item 2 under DPW.
Yeah,
If anybody, you have there.
that takes care of the agenda. Can I have a motion support for this, please?
I'll make a motion to support the amended agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? Hearing none, motion is carried. So, may I have the treasurer's report, please?
We added the emergency meeting. Do we have to approve the emergency meeting minutes?
I think I did it all in one. It's amended to this agenda.
Let's just do one because I didn't hear it.
You want to do that separately?
Can I make a motion to approve the emergency meeting minutes?
Fine, sure. Have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor of motion to approve the emergency meeting minutes?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
There we go.
All right. On to the treasurer's report. Treasurer's report?
Yeah. So we just need
We just need a motion to approve the treasurer's report, pardon me.
I'd like to make a motion to the treasurer's report as presented.
I will second.
Need a roll call vote on that, please?
Kennedy,
Yes.
Swack,
Yes.
Belichick, Hawkins,
Yes.
Moore.
Yes. We're on to accounts payable for the March. $8,431.63. Major, $2,489.25. Nothing on local. Mill Park Recreation, nothing.
Is that a motion,
I didn't make the motion, just letter. So somebody could make the motion to.
Well, in the motion, they have to read it.
Pardon.
Gotcha.
They have to read it in
I should have took a
the
shot.
motion. No, you can make the motion, you can just say.
Yeah, you can make.
Fine, I'll make the motion that we support the pledge,
Do
the
that.
accounts payable.
Okay.
I'll second.
Roll call vote on that, please.
Hawkins,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Pelichick, Swack,
Yes.
Kennedy.
Yes.
Okay, is there any public comment at this time? You're grinning and smirking. Your time has passed, I'm sorry, man.
If I have anything to say, I'll say it, I don't care.
We're on to new business. In your pack, you see a quote from Rowe Engineering and a quote from Orion. On the back side of the quote from Orion is the plaque for the stone that's going in the park. On the
Oh,
back side,
that's nice.
that's, and we have in the approval letter for both of these quotes, one for the plaque, and we need another, motion to approve this is the
Oh.
quote to finally get the parcel that we need to start working in the park, bought and finished. We haven't been able to do that yet. So now that it's been recommended by park committee and they voted on it, we can now go forward and recommend and make a proposal that we pass these two quotes, or two motions, one for each.
You said there were two quotes for the
Yeah.
plaque?
This is for the
Oh, it's on the back side of that one.
purchase of
Of the property,
properties,
yeah,
You're gonna have a motion for approving the sign and then a motion for.
yeah.
approving the property.
Are we taxing
Yeah,
for the Oregon sign, the city of $40 in tax?
I can give them the,
Tax ID.
tax exemption.
Okay.
Park committee approved the sign?
yes.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's the one we approved because we like the way, well, I'm not part of the committee, but we like the way it read better.
It does, yeah.
The other ones we had, it was quite broken up and we didn't
Yeah.
like it. And her name was not on one line, it was on two lines. and we
Yeah.
just didn't
No,
like
this
it.
looks nice. It's not crowded. It's very,
We don't get to see it.
it's simple. The plaque basically says Leonard Nature Park made possible through the generous gift of Sherry Arsenault.
That,
So,
That's a
simple
trillium.
and,
Very nice.
so it's a native flower, it's a trillium, so it's
uh,
a little bit bigger, it's,
I think it actually, no, I think it was this size. The size of the paper. And then it was supposed to go onto a rock that's out there
Yeah,
already.
Yeah, we have a rock out there, we may just have to move it and
Yeah.
place it the way we want it in a place where it's.
But they found a
it's
nice
more than-
flat one that it'll sit on.
I will say one thing about the row quote, what we're not approving, what they're holding back on, what they decided, what we all decided was, we don't feel that they should have to survey the whole property, the Ashland property, to get a new legal prescription of that property. So we're, see, this $2,500 actually if they have to do that. We're only looking at 40 square foot little triangle in one area to change that property. So all they need is the corners.
I think they might actually need,
I think it's
The
a new
whole thing.
policy Because
Yeah.
we're looking to, put two parcels together that we own.
and they want you to do the,
And they
the whole
want
thing.
to, even though we don't need it, I think it's a new policy, yeah.
Well, I think it's
That's
just,
the way it went, I'm sorry, but that's what they did. But if we want to put it back in, I guess that's,
Oh, no, if we'll do it, I would be like all for it. It's just that we were guided in a direction that I felt like they didn't have a choice.
yeah,
That they were going to. And like, don't trust me just because, this is secondhand information. Scott talked to the surveyor. I talked to Scott, doesn't mean that
Yeah.
all actually, is accurate.
well, this is coming from the guy that chaired the meeting. So
Awesome.
Which didn't feel that they needed that extra $2,500
That's
for that.
awesome that they don't have to.
Did Roe accept that, correct, that change?
Well, we have to approve it, and then I have to go talk to them.
Okay. So this is without the extra 2,500 for the full,
That's what they're asking, that's, I don't know if
Okay.
that's, you put that in the letter or not, I need a chance to read it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have to do the full thing. Okay. Just in my experience, some parcel lines are like from this pole to that building to that, and if those things change over time, they need to make sure that they're updated to reflect that, so.
I'm not a surveyor, I just defer to the
Yeah.
people that we're talking about at
Yeah.
the time, this is the
Okay.
way we decided
So
to do it.
let's do a motion for the plaque. If everybody is okay with the plaque as it's presented,
I have no questions on it. We're expecting them to do the installation as well, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And then are we gonna pay with a check?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, they'll just invoice the village.
Okay. So I'd like to make a motion to pay up to $1,150 for the Oregon signing traffic for the village memorial park.
I will second.
So,
'Cause that removes the-
Anybody understand why I'm going less than the quoted amount? It took the total of the material fabrication, the graphic design and installation. We're not paying for the credit card fee, and we removed the taxes. So that brings us down to $1,031.49, but
What was the amount that you put in your motion?
$1,150.
Thank you.
I love it. I second that.
Can I have a roll call vote on that, please?
Kennedy?
Yes.
Yes.
Pellicet? Yes. Hawkins?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Now we go over to the row survey, correct?
Yeah,
The row,
yeah, I don't, she didn't put that, she didn't have that in the letter, but should have been, that was part of this, it was quote that we were holding back that 2,500.
okay.
Whose property has to be surveyed? Ours?
Both of them.
Oh,
Yeah, both of them have, we're gonna end up with a new legal description.
Yeah.
As long as they don't short us.
Let's see, scope of service. It looks like they actually did. It says it's estimate cost in terms of payment. Scope of service is to be 3,500. There's a note above that that says if a full survey of the remainder of the parcel the parent parcel is needed, there will be an additional cost of 2,500.
Yes.
If we approve all of it, then you're safe. If Roe says there's no way we can do that according to the county. If we only approve half of it, then we have to come back and this sets you off another month.
We have to address it again. Yeah,
Okay.
It would slow things down again, yet again.
I'm just gonna, because I'm gonna err on the side of caution, I guess. I will make a motion to approve 6,000 for the cost of row survey services for the parcel that is needed on the Pollyant Trail right of way.
Can I have a second for that?
I'll support.
Okay.
A roll call vote, please. Thank you.
Then you're,
I didn't, I wanted
you're
to
safe.
approve it the way it was, I didn't want to hold back.
Yeah, you're safe.
And I'd like to know when it takes place. The survey.
Keep your windows open, I'll yell when they get here.
Bill, I'll take you down, you know this.
Let's do our roll call vote before we forget.
Okay, Moore?
Yes.
Swax?
Yes.
Kennedy?
Yes.
Hawkins?
Yes.
Pellicet?
Okay. All right.
Thank you for that. So the next one is the West Elmwood Blacktop repairs. I sent you guys an email with some pictures, some photographs I took out, I think it was just one or two. Two? I don't remember, I was busy Sunday. So we have BSI, what's in these quotes? BSI did it the way I asked, they gave me a quote for the road repairs, and they also gave me a quote for patching. State's paving didn't do that, they put it all into one.
Oh,
And HD seal coating is, I thought he was a young kid coming here looking for a job, and I was in the hall getting up, the contractors were meeting me in the hall down here, and this young kid shows up. I said, he's gotta be a teenager, he's gotta be in high school. No, he was the estimator. So I thought, he's quite young to be doing this kind of work. So BSI, what they explained to me and what I liked, what they said was, they're gonna put down 2 inches of binder, and then they'll put 2 inches of top coat over it to fix 1,200 foot of roadway on the west side of town. Now, I'm mistaken, because I thought when we repaved down through Elmwood, I can't see you, these glasses are terrible, they're reading glasses. When they did that, I thought we did Elmwood end to end through the village. We didn't, we stopped at Whitehead Street at the corners there. This butts right up to that corner. It is now affecting the new pavement, or the 6-year-old pavement, in a bad way. So, it's too much to just patch. And if you look at all the crack sealer that's on there and stuff, in between there, and I got in and I kept seeing, oh, and I said, what am I looking at here? Why is this so rough? And I started moving some dirt, it's all cracking into little chunks, the whole top coat, for that whole distance. The other side of the road is good, but it's all the way out to the center of the lane, so the whole lane has gotta be done. And we have this 6 by 10 foot hole over here on Division and Elmwood that should have been repaired after we put the new line in and cured that basin on Division Street. But it's been open since then, so, and there's water in there, and water is going under the pavement. We've got to plug that hole, we've got to get that water under, or that pavement will start to break down. And plus, it's right in the sidewalk, people are walking through it. So, there's a bit of a safety issue there. I saw a gal with a baby buggy struggle to get through there. So, that's what this is about. And I took couple historians with me, went out there, and I said, you need to look at, I want you to, I value their opinions, and look at this road with me for a bit. And their thought was, yeah, it's a section that needs to be repaved. It can't just be patched and fix the problem. It's going downhill, and it's going downhill fast, so. But it's older pavement, so that's my mistake. I went on the assumption that was new. I said, why is this pavement so fast? But the rest of the pavement on Elmwood going that way, such is in pretty good shape now. I think it's gonna last a bit longer. So, but this won't, this area won't. It's just only gonna get worse, and it's already affecting our new pavement that seamed right up to it. So there's water already getting under the new pavement there too. But a patch wouldn't cure that. So they're going down 4 inches, they're gonna put 2 inches of binder down, and 2 inches of top coat down after that. Also in there, and this is gonna come up again later, you'll see some reports of what it would cost for any grading. I don't foresee any grading when we're doing this part of the road, but I had asked the guys, and I said, yeah, they were talking about all the dirt roads we have. I said, yeah, we got a grader coming, it's not here yet. We do grading. I said, well, give me a quote. So I asked for a quote. These quotes are $1,500 an hour, plus the operator. And it's low. So I don't think we want to do that. So it's about a 6-7 hour job for us to do our road, so that would be pretty expensive going that route, so.
Is Craig expensive?
No, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. It's coming up. Yeah. So you can look at the 3 quotes here. That's what we're up against. You can take HD. They were the highest at I think they just got $47,000 for.
that's for the Elmwood spot?
That's for the Elmwood, the $47,800. I don't know what he's thinking there, but part of that is $20,000 for patching, to patch Forest Street.
Oh,
Let's see, so I really don't like this quote at all. I think it's way out of line. The state's paving and,
So States Paving, it says patch of Rochester Road as well.
yes, that is,
So that's,
yes, that should have been a separate quote. I asked him to give me.
okay,
two
so that's a
quotes.
mixed quote as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 19.5 is for
That's
Elmwood.
To do the same of what I just asked, because I asked everybody to be quoting it the same way, the same amount of material, to the same process, so that everybody's giving me everyone's
Okay.
got the same fair chance at it.
So that first part is an estimate of 19.5 for Elmwood and Whitehead.
And
And-
division, and that includes division and.
Oh,
Elmwood.
okay,
There's two
and
spots we're
division.
talking about.
Okay, and the first part, the 19.5 is 2 spots.
Yeah.
And then-
so, same with HD, they're all,
And then 11.950 is for
Patch.
Rochester Road patching for the craters.
yeah, don't take the patching out. I got another solution I'm working on that I think we're gonna like, so.
Sweet.
Much more effective and much more cost effective, I think, so. Look, we can't patch now anyway because the asphalt plants aren't even open yet. Even if I want to patch, I can't patch because we don't have asphalt.
Okay.
And I don't know when nobody seems to give me a date when they're gonna open. They say, well, we don't know.
It's weather related and truck,
Right now, I'm
truck
hearing
related.
beginning
Yeah.
of May. I'm in construction, so
Yeah, it's,
it's beginning of May right now,
It-
is what I'm hearing, like first week of
they have
May.
to make sure the roads are, but, so we're comparing States Paving is 19.5 compared to 14.608
14,608. from
BSI.
BSI.
Okay, that's the direct
Yes,
comparison there.
And we're not the 4750 for patching.
all these companies say,
The thing about BSI
keep going back to these companies say final last, like, you know, they're-
is they are also, BSI are also cement contractors.
Okay, so,
So when we're working on the park with the approaches on both sides of Forest Street and the apron and the sidewalk, that's all to be done in cement. That's the way it was engineered out, so and they got all the free fill we want.
have we worked with BSI before?
I don't know, I don't think
Don't know,
so.
okay. Do,
I know he's another guy that grew up in the village.
oh, they're Birmingham Seal Coat.
Yes.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, he
Okay,
works, I mean, he just lives around here.
that's a big company. Okay,
He's out in Oxford.
okay. Yeah, they've
They've
been,
done a lot of
they've
good
been
stuff.
around. Okay,
Yeah,
based on that,
also, the new window of grant money is opened up. It's opened up today, actually. So again, this is an older section of pavement, and we'd like to get this done because it's in bad shape. And it will give us by some more time on that length of road that we don't have to pave it.
because you're right, the
whole thing.
rest of it seems fine. I mean, I
Yeah.
drive it daily, so, okay.
So, but,
Local guy, company that's been in business for a long time. I see no issues with BSI. You have any issues?
he seemed like a real nice guy. Brought another guy with him, Tim, who actually did the work, the quoting we're doing, pretty nice. You know, another guy that went step by step through everything we were gonna do. So, and looking forward to, when we get moving on the park. So that would be the one cement contractor I could call. Finding these contractors is getting a little tough unless I go with a big time one. That's always gonna be big time money.
Yeah,
But people that you can find that you know that were raised here and moved on, well, they moved on to Oxford, but they understand the village and they seem to pull a little over.
do we need a motion for this? Do we have funding for
Well,
this?
we have three
There's a
quotes,
budget.
we have to choose one. And,
Two motions, one for the blacktop repairs, one for the patch.
no, we're not doing the patching. Nope, the patching is for right now, we're gonna hold that back.
And the patching was the same exact spot, just a patch.
Pardon me?
This 4750 is the exact same spots, just a patch.
It's Forest Street from the beginning to end through the village.
Well, that's Forest, okay.
I took them all through the village, and I took them east and west on Elmwood. But Elmwood's in very good shape. There's a couple holes that have opened up this year that we gotta fix, or they'll get worse, they're only gonna get worse. And some cracks in that we're gonna have to put down, but not very much at all.
Okay, so I guess I go back to, is there funding?
The funding, is by the Oakland County Commissioners Board, the Board of Commissioners. It's a new funding program for small municipalities, and they've already factored us in at $2,700.
So we've got a little bit of
It's-
little bit of money for
It's a
it.
little bit of money that after we're done doing this, that I can put back in the pot from, it's a grant money,
Gotcha.
okay?
So we're still looking at $12,000 out of pocket?
Yeah, yeah. These are the kind of costs you're looking at for, for infrastructure work now, that's,
I'm just talking out loud to make sure anybody hears questions or can think of
It's been an
anything.
expensive year thus far, so I'd be curious to see what the budget actually looks like for that.
I think I used up.
Did you say you're patching Forest Street? Is that what you're gonna do?
Oh.
Patch it?
Yes,
Oh my God.
Well, that's a temporary fix, right, because of the road construction that is TBD.
we're supposed to be repaving the road in 27 and 28, and I'm questioning, well, we'll make it that far anyway. That road's
Yeah.
getting really bad, yeah, I understand that.
And it's just the
You gotta limit
money is gonna be spent in,
it until you get it repaid. Pretty much what you gotta do.
It's gonna bring gravel, turn it into road.
okay. Let's step back then, I guess, and ask, what do we need right now? What do we need? We need a motion for Elmwood and Whitehead and Division, correct?
Yes,
The repairs there. And that, right now, our best price is 14,608 by a local company who's been around for a while.
yes.
Any reason not to make a motion there?
So it would be in budget, but
Yeah, my only concern is that the rate of burn we're going so far this year, we're not gonna have a budget to finish out the year.
yeah.
So like I said, I don't.
We'll pick money off the tree off that. Money tree back.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we can work magic to find the funding for it, we have to do it.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll talk about it before I actually call them and award them the contract. So we'll wait a couple days. How's that?
Well, if we,
What that does for us, if we have to make a motion to approve the money now.
Right,
If
yeah.
we're approving the money now, we're approving the money.
Right.
Well, all right,
So
trying to think of how we can,
yes, I'd like to make a motion for not to exceed $14,608 for repair of Division Street and Whitehead pavement. BSI paving.
and I'll second that.
have a roll call vote, please.
14,800, you said?
14,000, what, 608?
608, yeah.
$14,608.
It's the quote.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, my bad, I heard it wrong. 14,608. Okay, gotcha. Do, Elmwood White Division pavement, BSI paving,
Yeah, and it was a not to exceed.
not to exceed, got it. Okay.
I do second that.
Motion's been seconded, can I have a roll call vote, please?
Sure. Kennedy,
Yes.
Swack,
Yes.
Austin,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Pellicet.
Is there another part of this that we need to approve, or are we pretty much spent?
No,
Okay.
I guess one question I was thinking of, like, if there's any part we could postpone, it's like, say if it like makes, if it's, we look at the budget, it's like just kind of like way more than we need. Is somewhere where we can maybe delay Division, because I know like the Division doesn't really have a lot of cars going up and down there, versus like Elmwood that would need to be addressed first. I don't know if that's, I know you're mentioning maybe it would affect the
Division
road.
is like a 10 by, they're charging me for a 10 by 10 square, they're only charging me 100 square foot.
Gotcha.
It's relatively small, but it's another area that's, we have a lot of water there,
For sure.
we have a lot of water now
Oh.
sitting in that open hole.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So I don't think it would save me, but I probably charge them a little bit.
Yeah.
Might be, so just do it all at once.
We'd be paying a lot more, I think, that way.
Okay, so this, and this was out. Too much. Yeah,
Okay.
we're together.
papers there.
Right,
So
right.
next on the agenda, the poll tax number 3 on this business, we're not, that's on hold right now. I'm working on a different way to do this. The number 4 is grading bid for 2025 with Craig Atchison. And that's going to go, I actually wanted to fold that in with old business because they go together, because Craig raised his prices by $100 this year, so I asked him for this quote, and $100 per hour for any extras, like grading the parking lot or something. If I asked him if we needed to do that, he would charge more for that, but it's relatively great price considering what else I was getting out there.
Okay, so you want to move item 4, strike it, and address it in old business?
No, leave it where it is.
Okay,
Why we're doing this is because we can't get our grader,
Oh,
okay.
okay? And that
Okay.
was I was gonna talk
Okay.
about that in old business, so they kind of go together.
Gotcha, okay, I thought. you
Since we
meant you wanted to
can't
move-
get that, because the gentleman that's working on our grader now has gone for back surgery, so I don't know when we're getting this grader.
so how much, wasn't the grader about 14,000?
No.
21,000.
Do we cancel this?
I do something.
I mean, if we're gonna continue paying it, why don't we cancel that grader? I mean, he's not bringing it to us, it's been like a year.
Yeah,
You know, the guy's holding off on it, and it's, oh, it's here, oh, it's here, and it's too long now. I mean,
How long it's gonna last?
well, we're gonna end up going through the entire year with a commitment to buy a grader and grading the village through the whole year. What does it actually cost us to grade in a year?
I think the problem, just from my perspective, comes, so if you're getting quotes right now, $1,500, was it per hour?
per hour plus the operator.
So it's called an 8-hour day.
Okay,
So you're at $12,000.
this is why we end up
plus,
staying with the
you
grader.
grade twice for that, and it shits the bed. We're at.
Gotcha,
I
okay.
think we used,
If we can get it.
Yeah, well,
Okay, got it.
I believe we used Craig 4 times last year.
I think,
No?
3 times?
Well, 3 times.
Is that a 3 8-hour days then, basically?
6 hours.
Whatever he does for $700.
Yeah.
He grades
Oh,
all the dirt roads for that price.
Yes, and
Does a
generally,
good job, too.
so we,
it's about 6 hours when he does it.
I guess there's one more point that I was going to make as well. I don't know how long Greg will continue to be graded, right? When is he going to retire?
okay,
So prices are only going to go up from here, so next, let's say the
Okay.
3 years, when we go back to find it, it may be $3,000.
so give the guy another month on the grader is what you're saying.
So I think Craig is a great resource
Okay.
until he is done, and then that's when we need to pick up our slack.
Because
He had
other,
also agreed, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're
He
good.
had also agreed to train us when we get the grader,
oh, okay,
how to run the grader properly.
okay,
Well, you know, the grader's gonna all be reconditioned, it's gonna have all
Okay.
the fluid filters and everything. The new
we're gonna need
apartments.
them, we're gonna need them swapped out again before we get it.
You know,
I'm just
but
giving you a
it's gonna-
hassle. It's
gonna
fine.
have- It's gonna be a complete grader, so if we
Yeah.
have to sell it, you're gonna be selling
Okay,
a
all right.
reconditioned grader. You know, can't find a reconditioned
So-
grader.
So give him a little bit of time is what you're saying, all right. All right, tell him he's almost gonna get cut off by me.
Okay?
Okay,
I would like to make a motion to authorize continued payment to Craig for grading at a one-time fee of $700 for grading work and an additional $100 per hour for work in excess of that
I will second that.
first.
Motion's been seconded. Can I have a roll call vote on that, please?
Pelichick? Swack?
Yes.
Kennedy?
Yes.
Hawkins?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Phew. Okay,
Next on the new business is the Strawberry Festival. I think Kyle is here. He wants to talk, have permission to shut down
Yeah, shut down roads, just road closure stuff.
or on Elmwood, right?
Both of them, yeah. I'm kind of here, kind of for the committee, even though I'm not really on it. Brandy's been talking to me, so
this is
she
true.
asked me if I could come.
Didn't even dawn on me. You need,
So I need east, I
Forest
need west, Elmwood closed
To-
from 1 to 5 right now.
till my house at 205, or just
Yeah,
before?
from 1 to 5.
From 1 to 5, but how far up? Jeff's house?
Up to Rosie, I think is the. up
Oh,
to
they
Diners.
actually-
Yeah.
They are, okay, so they go that far.
Actually turn around.
Okay, so 1 to 5,
Is that Rosie up there?
yes,
So yeah, Rosie is pretty much to the forest,
okay.
because we're setting up hay bales right in front of Winter Market, like right after the parking there.
And then you need East Elmwood,
And then East Elmwood would be from 9:30 to 10:30.
so 9 to 10, 9 to 11.
Yeah, 9 to 11. Probably 11.
And that's,
Yeah, 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Yes.
and, yep, and that's Forest to
That's, yeah, here to.
Division, is it Division?
Division.
Yeah.
Drawing a blank on my, all right. I will make a motion to close the roads on, what is the date? July 20-something?
I don't know off the top of my head. Third Saturday, July 19th.
July 19th. Okay. I will make a motion to close the roads July 19th, 2025, from 1 PM to 5 PM on West Elmwood, Forest to Rosie, and also 9 AM to 11 PM, East Elmwood, Forest to Division.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is passed. We'll move on to old business. We've already talked about the road area problems with that. So we're going to next is the house on 4285 Forest Street. The update on that is, the last time I talked with John, I don't know if I talked about this last meeting, but I can start taking bids on tearing that down, but bids are only good generally for 6 months, and it's gonna take till the end of the year for us to go through the legal proceedings to actually be decreed to take that house down.
Mhm.
So it's gonna
And
be a
it,
while.
and it's about 20,000. So
This could very well be in the next year's budget then anyway.
it'd probably have to be.
Yeah.
I'm still hoping someone buys it and does it for us, so.
There's a guy that comes around my house, keeps asking me, and I keep telling him, no, it's gonna be demolished.
Just tell him he has to demolish it, that's fine. He's welcome to demolish it.
I tell him that. So in your packet is the Forest Street proposal from, Leonard Street here, the Forest Street, for resurfacing the Forest Street from the engineering aspect of it.
Design engineering, 93,000. It's a road. They can't really like take a design from somewhere else.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yes.
They've already done it once,
Yeah, right.
when we
Yeah,
repaved.
you
that
can't,
already
it
happened.
hasn't changed,
So I
so why are you charging us 93,000? Because they can.
think again.
Is there anything, what do we need on this one, or is this more of an information?
I think, since we don't know about funding yet for this
Okay,
road,
so
I
there's
think we
nothing
should
that
hold back yet a while longer until I can come up and see what kind of funding we can get to pay for this,
Yeah, because we don't have that, so.
you know?
The funding, just so everybody knows, design engineering about 93,000, construction engineering 188,000, and some kind of allowance is $500, so not cheap. And that's,
It'd be bad if they would hold up, but they don't.
and that's why Bill holds off on repaving Forest, because this is coming. You know, we don't have a choice, so it is patchwork until we get to the point where this becomes realistic.
We don't have to rotate out.
Right,
The other
yeah,
problem I have said several times,
Turn them into dirt roads.
right. And we'll have the grader.
Grade the dirt road.
We'll be good with the grader.
So,
We should have a toll road so we can charge the trucks coming through.
I agree. I like that idea.
From big cities, it's not.
We're
Right.
gonna have to hang on to this till I can get an answer on some kind of funding to do this. And I actually, the government window is open today, but there's a webinar on this, Wednesday morning that I'm gonna be attending so that I can understand what we can get out of it, how this can affect this, how this will help us or if it won't. So without funding for this, I don't know what we're gonna, I don't see this.
So that-
Yeah.
This is,
just to make sure I understand correctly, the design engineering and the construction engineering and apparently the reimbursable allowances cannot be included in the grant money that we're getting from the road commission, correct?
Yeah.
So based off that, plus I think they assumed that the project cost was gonna be approximately, what, $730,000? Is that correct?
Yes, or somewhere.
Give or take. So within that, 20% of that cost, plus the engineering costs, is we're looking at bonding the amount of approximately $430,000.
Yeah.
That's the village's responsibility at this point.
That's what we're looking at.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
making sure that my understanding is correct from the numbers and stuff that we've been provided.
That's why I want to hold off on this until we can look into planning much deeper. The only thing they're looking at is trying to get this approved so that they can get this done by 2020, the end of this year. That's what they want to do it. That's when it's supposed to be done. The survey work is supposed to be done by the end of this year. Although we're not paving until 27 and 28. I don't know what they do for the year 26, but 24, I don't, you know. So that takes care of that. Let's go to DPW update. The patching material for roads, I went out and had to buy some patching material for the emergency fix on Forest Street. And I went back, one it held up and it's still holding up pretty good. It's not wallowing out, actually. I think we did a pretty good job. We used a torch on it, we put a hot patch in there. It was steaming pretty good before we were done. So that seemed to help it out. So I went back and I bought 10 more bags. So we have this on hand now. If we open up another bag chuck hole like that one took 200 pounds of material to fill.
Wow.
So, yeah, they come in 50-pound bags, but it's inside the garage. We don't have to keep it outside. We have junk sitting outside. We don't know what to do with old patch and stuff, and we're gonna throw it in there and see, hope it worked, which you can't. It's shot. Now we have to get rid of it.
Got it.
So this way, it'll stay in bags. I asked them, how long does this stuff last in the bags? They said, forever. I don't know, it doesn't go off until you get it out in the air. So it's in plastic bags,
Oh,
50-pound
gotcha.
bags, so it,
Gotcha. It activates with air. Gotcha.
and actually, BSI called me that morning about that. I said, oh, I got this big hole, I got patch, I'm looking at this quick treat stuff, and this commercial mix, and he says, we buy that stuff by the ton this time of year. And I said, oh, then it should work for us too. So that's why I started down this road. So we have that now. Number 2 on there is the mower maintenance. Instead of sending it to Novax this year, because we don't have a lot to do, we're gonna take care of it in-house. So I got some wheels, I sent the wheels up there, put new tires on and tubes in it, and we're gonna get oil filter, oil and everything. I'm just getting it all up in that Novax. We're gonna take care of it ourselves this
Who
year.
does that? Don does that?
Pardon me?
Don does that?
No, he's back at work. Andrew and I are gonna do it.
Okay.
Is he still DPW?
Yes.
Okay.
But unfortunately for us, he had to go back to work last month, so it's been a stretch.
I figured it was work.
But I prayed for rain and no snow for that time, and no ice. So, yeah, let's go into the president's report, the FOIA report. We're still getting some calls on us, not very many. I don't have anything on this CDBG report.
It's in the packet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's really nothing to report, it's just an update on what we got.
Is this
Yeah.
one, it's the same as what we were sitting on, about $7,000?
Same old.
We sort of sitting on $7,000.
Oh, we're sitting on more, but some of it has to go away, we're making this, give it away.
Is Elmwood, does that need
Okay.
a really big apron?
I tell you what. They have to be reviewed guidelines.
I
for
know.
how it can be used, but yes, I would love to
Bummer.
raise that.
We've had nobody asking for these reports or nobody asking for CDBG. Nobody's asking for anything? No, nothing's going wrong in the village?
No,
I know.
that's
I mean, it's
not
good.
That's for anything.
We don't have a lot, here's the thing. So the minor repair money is 2023 money. That's what we're gonna be keeping, is that and remove architectural barrier, which is 2024, everything else will go away.
Oh,
And that money that's in minor repair is gonna need to last us 2 more years.
Okay.
So let's hope nothing goes wrong,
Okay.
because then that way, it covers somebody who might be in a bad way.
Yeah, because that's really not a ton with a furnace going out or
It
something like
isn't.
that.
It isn't,
We-
and
we
the way,
still-
I think I might have mentioned this last time, they want us to either use it all at once, which shouldn't be a problem, or you can only use it on 2 projects max. And that's it. And I already
For crying out loud.
used $1,000 of it on a local project before, so that only leaves us 1 project to be used for, and then it has to be exhausted. So,
Why do you even give it to us? Why do you bother?
you know, I don't know that they made these rules, I think they're put down by HUD. I really can't say, you know, but just like everything else, there's always kind of, the rules are changing, and it's just
I-
super fun.
The frustrating part is when it comes in and there's somebody that actually needs it and they're the third person. This is ridiculous. You know, like the funds are there, it's a $500 blower on a furnace and I
If somebody
can't.
wanted a little bit of money, I will definitely appeal to them, just
Yeah.
because they do care. You know, they want to see low-income people, struggling people use that money. I
Okay.
can't, you know, I think that there's a guideline, but then maybe there's some gray area. But this is what they say, what they recommend.
And I guess I have to remember too, if somebody abused it and that's why it's there, so, okay.
Yeah.
Ordinance enforcement, anything?
Okay, can we continue down to the Summer Festival Committee reports? I was supposed to attend that meeting, I couldn't go, because I operated on that morning, so. Although they told me I could go, I couldn't get my kids to take me down here, so, you're not going, Dad. So,
Gotcha.
but I did talk to her later than that. She has also shut down the post office box for her committee. She's not gonna be taking any more donations this year, because it would be for next year anyway. Anything she's got here at the end of this, she's going to give it all to the firemen, any monies over about what they spent. And anything that's left, she's just gonna give it to all the firemen.
Are we
And
talking about the summer festival?
it's the Strawberry Festival.
So she's giving up all the money, so there's just,
Going to the, she said, I'm just gonna give it to the firemen, whatever we have left.
So
Does
is
she-
this the last festival, is that what you're saying?
She's saying this is definitely the last festival,
No,
Well-
but
that's
yeah.
not necessarily. the
maybe
case.
for her.
okay.
No, maybe for her.
Okay.
Maybe for her.
You know, unless we can get new committee
I've
members.
heard that a few times.
Yeah, I
From
think just,
different people.
I talked to Randy this morning. So, she did ask that, there's going to be a fundraiser over at the Elks Club. And anybody who's interested in doing the fundraiser, the money just goes to the fire department.
That's the comedy.
I would say that's the comedy thing, yeah. It's like May, I believe?
Yes,
It was,
yes.
okay.
So, you can check the Facebook page.
I will,
If you're
yeah.
interested, anybody who wants to go to that. It was, unfortunately, I didn't go this year. I heard it was awesome. I heard it was really, really.
They did one last year, yeah.
So, yeah.
So just out of curiosity, any funds they get for the summer festival committee from the fundraiser is going to the fire department first? Or is it gonna go to the summer festival committee and then to the fire department?
Summer
Like
festival-
after Strawberry Festival?
Yeah, so to
After the
clarify, let's say in future years down the road, they wanted to make it a fundraiser for the fire department, they would do that where they had the comedy thing and all the money would go to the fire department. But this year, it'll help pay for whatever needs to be paid for.
Okay, I just wanna make sure that
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that was interesting.
Okay, so if that takes care of that, can I have the cable commission report, please?
Terry, you want to update us with the cable commission?
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so.
She's here. Probably better do that one.
Feel free, yeah.
As the manager of OCTV, we have an interlocal agreement that needs to be signed every 10 years. I thought maybe it was going to be on your agenda so that you could vote on it. I can ask you to put it on your agenda for the next meeting that you have, so that you can vote on it. And then I need the president and the clerk to sign it.
Okay,
Is there any money involved or is it the same as the previous?
No, it's the same. And
Just a
then,
carryover.
Vote on whatever money you have coming into us
Gotcha.
in the future, that's fine. It has nothing to do with the money. Your
Okay.
money stays, it stands.
And you just need this signed?
Pardon me?
You just need it approved?
Yes.
Got it.
That you're still belonging to the four community interlocal.
Oh, gotcha.
And for that comedy club, We could do advertising for that if you want to get that information to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That'd be
You know
great.
what, Jeff, should we talk after the meeting?
Yeah.
Yes, please, yeah. get the
Okay,
information to
wonderful.
Jeff.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That, we do that for.
Oh my gosh, that would be wonderful.
Anything you
Thank
guys
you.
get out here. So we can also, if you can get the Strawberry Festival information to us, we do promote it.
Yes.
But, we can start promoting it even like the end of June,
Great.
or even the beginning of June.
I mean, honestly, I
Yeah.
really have somebody call you because what I meant to mention to you was they are desperate for volunteers.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, gosh. All right.
yes, we could put a cry out for volunteers. We really, really need them badly.
Very cool.
Okay, excellent.
It's actually Jeff's dad that puts those promos together.
Oh, yes, it is, yeah.
We're all in the family. Thanks, Jeff.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, can we move on to the decorating committee, please? Is there anything?
I have one, are the flags swapped out for spring? Do they still say happy holidays?
poles?
On the poles, yeah.
I wonder what you were talking about.
Yeah, the flag's on the
No,
poles,
they haven't
okay.
even gotten started
Can
on
we, I don't even know who to ask, I guess, because it was supposed to be somebody tall. I offered help, but he didn't want me because I was too short.
it. Mike and Don was doing that. So Mike's
Yeah.
in Florida and Don's, I'll talk to Don and see when
Okay.
we can get that done.
Yeah, just if you can
I
make it
think
up,
he'll
because
only- Mike's only gone for a week, so.
we're probably good with snow now, so the happy holidays is kind of yesterday, so.
Oh, it's Easter next week. we could-
Now I want to welcome Leonard, you know.
So North Oakland Transportation Authority, we've got two new citizen advocates. They're not on the committee per se, but they're at all the meetings now, so them there. That's the only thing I have on it. There isn't really anything new there. We do have an ongoing legal issue that's gonna take some time. So the planning commission,
I would like to make a motion to cancel the April planning commission meeting.
I'll support.
Give me a roll call,
Have it
or
all.
just give me an all in favor. No, I don't, just give me an all in favor.
Or it's just all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, motion's supported, granted. Pollyanna Trail Management Council, the first meeting of the spring is Wednesday afternoon. So I don't have anything on that until next meeting. Village Park, we actually went through what we went through in Village Park, is hoping that we'll get those approaches realigned across 4th Street this year, and maybe the sidewalk and the approach done. That's a ways away, I don't know, it's, every time I think I'm moving forward, I seem to have to walk backwards a little bit, so it's been a struggle. We, well, we blocked it, we already talked
We
about
don't
it.
have any requests.
Handed.
Yeah.
We beat that dead horse.
So what I have here, if we could just, do one of my papers here. Is it. Oh, here it is, right in front of me. This is a letter asking for our support for May being Mental Health Awareness Month. You know, it's, since my wife suffers with that, it's very important to me. I think they're just asking that we would support it. It's not any money thing or anything, just that we're on board, that we support the month being May of Mental Health Awareness Month.
I will make a motion to recognize and support Mental Health Awareness Month in the village.
Oh, can I, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, no, carried, motion carried. I have one more thing, actually I have two more things, but one more thing from the official meeting. We got a letter of thank you from Oxford Addison Youth Assistance for our support for this year. It's on behalf of Oxford Addison Youth Assistance, we would like to thank you for your generous support for our program. Oxford Addison Youth Assistance feels privileged to offer casework services and various programs to address needs of at-risk children to strengthen the family unit. And that's all I'm gonna, it's a little bit longer than that, but I think you get the gist of that.
Sweet.
That being done, I'd like to,
Check,
7:56.
yeah, so it's,
adjourn the meeting at 7:56.
I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:56.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Opposed, hearing none,
sweet.
meeting is adjourned.